guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy October, and today I'm going to show you how I got this glam Joker makeup look. So the first thing that I did was apply my Nars Sheer Glow foundation, and this is in the shade Fiji for anyone that is wondering. And then after I blended that out with a Real Technique sponge, I went in with some of my Mehron CreamBlend stick in the shade White. And this just is going to give us a more Joker clown-like appearance without looking too stark white. Now, instead of concealer, I am going in with that same CreamBlend stick in the shade White from Mehron, and I am applying that where I would typically apply my concealer when I'm doing my makeup. And then to set the face, I'm using my Ofra Oil Control Pressed Powder all over just to set everything in place, make sure it doesn't move. This kind of makeup can tend to be a bit heavy and cakey and greasy, so you don't want your face to pretty much melt. So this is just going to absorb all that excess oil and make everything nice and matte. Now I am taking a spoolie and I'm just going to comb out my brows, and that is going to get them ready to fill them in. I am using the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette and the red shade in the palette, and just filling my eyebrows in as I normally would with a brow powder, but instead I'm using a red eyeshadow. Then instead of a concealer, I used the Mehron stick again to kind of conceal my brows a little bit and just make them look a little bit sharper. And I'm literally just applying that the same way I would a normal concealer whenever I'm doing my eyebrows. Since this is a more glam version of the Joker, I am going to go ahead and carve out my cheekbones using a bronzer by The Balm Cosmetics. No, the Joker did not have a contour going on, but like I said, this is a more glam version, so I wanted to contour. And then I also added a little bit of Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder underneath just to bake under the contour and make it look even more sharp. So for my crease color, I'm going in with two shades. The first one is Damage Control from the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal palette, and the second one is from the Morphe 12P palette, and it is the teal shade in the palette. And I'm using a large fluffy brush, and I'm just going to apply that to my crease. I'm also dragging that shade out a little bit because I want it to look very blown out and smoky. And then I am continuing to add more and more of the color until I'm satisfied with the amount of pigment. And then I am taking the white shade in the palette by Morphe, and then I'm applying that to my brow bone as a brow bone highlight. Then the navy blue shade, and I'm applying that to my outer corner, and I'm going to smoke that out and continue blending and blending until I get the desired effect. I also brought that color all the way to my inner corner area, and then I took a bit of the shade Karaoke just to add some more color and dimension to the look, and I kept layering these colors. And then I took my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer on a flat concealer brush, and I'm carving out a half cut crease. I also have a full tutorial on how to do a half cut crease if you would like an in-depth video on that. And then using my Morphe Dare to Create palette, I'm going in with that blue kind of shimmer shade, and I'm applying that to my lid. I also applied a little bit of Fix Plus to my brush just to give it a lot of pigment and make it pop even more. I added some more Fix Plus to my brush, and now I'm applying MAC Blue Brown pigment to my lid. I started out applying this to the center of my lid, but then I wanted to take it all the way across, and then I added some MAC Reflex Pearl because I feel like it has a really pretty shimmer to it. And then I took more of that Karaoke shade and just added that to my outer corner to deepen that up again. I actually added some to the inner corner as well too. And then I'm taking the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner and sculpting out my half cut crease, and that is the liner in the shade Pyro. Now I'm using the same blue shades that I used on my lid, and I'm kind of mapping out and shading kind of that clown face, I guess you would call it, that the Joker has. And I basically just ended up adding and layering more of the shadows until it looked how I wanted it to. And then I also outlined the face as well. You don't have to outline it. If you want a more blown out and smoky effect, then just don't outline it. But if you want it to look more precise, then you can give it just a outline. And because of course this is a more glam look, I am adding glitter. First I put MAC Reflex Pearl onto the face, and then after that I did some of my Urban Decay Heavy Metal liners in the shade Pyro and Glam Rock, and then I added icing glitter by Eye Candy Cosmetics. And then I also had a green glitter from a brand called Glitties, and then a blue glitter from a brand called Sparkle Pig. Yes, I know it's a lot of glitter, but like I said, we're going super glam and I wanted a lot of glitter. And then when I was done with that, I wanted to bedazzle the look even more, so I applied some rhinestones and I used my House of Lashes lash glue as a base to stick them to. And then I went in with my MAC Burgundy lip pencil and I'm just outlining my lips like I normally would. I like to shade the outer corners before applying my lipstick. And then I am taking a black eyeliner. I believe this one is by Milani. And I'm just going to go over top of that and then kind of outline a smile. Again, this is a little different from how he had his mouth in the Joker movie makeup, but like I said, this version is meant to be more glam. So now I'm taking this black liquid lipstick by Kiss Cosmetics, and then I'm just going to kind of blend that out. I wanted to shade the outer corners of my mouth with black. And then I'm taking the shade Deepest Cherry and applying that to my lips. This is by Maybelline. And then I'm going in with American Doll by Anastasia, and I'm just applying that to the center of my lips. This is kind of a more cherry red than a burgundy, so it's just going to give the look a more three-dimensional effect. And then I'm taking this Anastasia gloss in the shade Date Night because I want to have real glossy lips. Now using a red shadow, I am mapping out where I'm going to fill in a little red heart on my nose. In the movie, he had kind of a blob for a red nose, but I wanted it to be more girly, so I made a heart instead. I went in with my Imagic Flash Color palette for this, and then I used a black liquid liner to outline the heart on my nose, and then I added those little white streaks to my mouth and my nose, but it didn't show up as white as I wanted it to, so I added Drug Lord by Jeffree Star. And then I went in with the 9B Morphe blush palette and used the brightest pinkish shades that were in the palette, mixed those together and applied that to my cheeks. For highlight, I'm taking the Marc Jacobs Glow Stick and applying that as a base for the powder highlight that I'm about to put down. Then I went in with NYX, the lightest highlight shade in the palette, and I just added that over top of the Marc Jacobs highlighter and then pretty much anywhere I would typically highlight normally. Before adding false lashes, I just went in with some mascara. This is the Tarte Big Ego mascara. I got this in my BoxyCharm this month and I keep reaching for it. And then I forgot my brow bone and inner corner highlight, so I went in with more of that NYX highlight shade. And then I'm taking Emb lashes in the style Miami and applying those. For anyone who is curious about what lash glue this is the Callus lash glue. I get it in the black shade from Amazon. And then I went in with that Morphe 12P palette using the dark and light green shades and just kind of shaded my hair, which kind of gave it that green haired effect. I didn't have any product to dye my hair green, so I just kind of added it to the front and then some glitter to make the look more glamorous. And that is the completed girly glam Joker makeup look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up down below. That way I know you liked it and I can keep creating more content like this for you all. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future posts. And also, I really want to know what you guys are going to be for Halloween this year if you're dressing up. I love dressing up for Halloween, so let me know in the comment section down below what your costume is, because I love to hear all the different creative ideas. I think it's so much fun, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.